How you doing, Brian King, UK Flooring TV? Once again, we're back at Dan's shop over in Telford. This month's Carpet Shop monthly roundup. Today we've got our special guest is Carpet Fitter of the Year and LVT Fitter of the Year, Head Judge and Compere, past Carpet Fitter of the Year finalist yourself.
Yeah.
Team Great Britain, one of the Team Great Britain finalists, and you actually won that year.
2005, right?
In the European floor laying competitions. Former NICF president, Ian James. All right, Ian.
Good to see you, Brian.
That's a furrowed portfolio there.
Do you know what? That's good.
Yeah,
I'll use that. Good list, mate. I didn't realise. Must write that down.
And our very own Carpet Fitter of the Year winner as well, Dan Jones. All right, Dan.
You're all right, yeah.
The real Dan Jones as well.
The real one, yeah. It's the 1st of February, just over a month we did our last one.
Yeah.
What have we got coming up today? We've got Sunday coming doing the fastest fitter as well.
Yeah,
local lad. So hopefully he'll turn up.
Yeah, hopefully
and do
he'll
that. Seen lots of things since our last roundup. Quite a few things on the internet. Let's see what jobs we've seen.
We've organised ourselves today. We've got pictures on the iPad and everything.
First one is you picked this, Dan, off the loom.
Yeah, it's off the loom. I've reposted it, but it's just a nice bit of flat weave. The colour's nice, the border's nice and clean looking.
It's lovely, isn't it? All that sort of thing's coming back in a big way.
Yeah.
Keep seeing flat weave all the time.
Yeah. I mean, we're getting the off the loom samples. I can't wait to fit some of that stuff. It seems to grow in trend, stair runners and taped edges and things, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Which go with all the hard flooring that's been put in houses, doesn't it?
Yeah. Also, underfoot design. You picked this one as well, Dan.
Yeah, that's Reese Iverney, isn't it?
Yeah.
They do some nice work. I see lots of work. I follow these people, so I mean that's just a small clip of what he does, but yeah, some tidy stuff.
What carpet is that?
I couldn't tell you.
It looks like a natural, to be honest. No, it's just a loop.
Oh,
yeah, it looks like a wool loop. Yeah, like a Malabar type thing, isn't it?
Still another runner. The runners are really. I think last year I did more runners than I'd ever done.
Yeah.
In the space of that.
You've got to start paying for stuff, Brian.
Also, Carpet Edging UK again.
My mate Dave,
another runner. That was a Lancashire accent. Scottish Dave. Because Dave does the binding as well. So I think that's
nice job in it.
Is that a sisal?
It's hard to tell on a photo, isn't it?
I think it's a sisal with
I think it is.
But Dave and Danielle, they do the binding between them, and then Dave goes out
does
fitting
taping, binding, does the flat weave as well, doesn't he?
Yeah. Berber and Whale.
Yeah.
That's a nice
herringbone job there, yeah.
Lovely, nicely centralised as well.
Yeah.
These are just things that when I'm scrolling through stick out. They just, you can't find amazing properties with jobs in all the time, can you? I mean, the whole trade normally revolves around your basic or a bit more than basic installs everywhere. The flashy jobs are few and far between. Seems to be the same lads doing them all the time as well, doesn't it?
Also as well, another one picked by you, Dan, Berber and Whale, this nice herringbone.
Yeah, it's nice clean job.
All centralised as well.
Yeah, nicely centralised.
That's John Richard Whale. He was in Carpet Fitter of the Year semi-finals last year.
Oh,
John.
You're right.
Good fitter, John. Really good fitter. Nice bloke as well.
Yeah, lovely guy.
He's up in Sunderland.
We've got John Rain.
John Rain's over at the Surfaces Show in Las Vegas.
He's got Matt Bowles with him, hasn't he? They're doing some demos and showing a new product.
I think the Americans are a bit behind us on LVT.
I think they are. Just
with the design aspect.
Yeah,
the design floors.
Yeah.
I'm not big on what social media, what's going on in other countries and stuff, but I think you're right. Definitely, we're sort of it's Europe and here where it's all doing.
I think it's
really
taking off in America now, isn't it? That's the reason John's there. I'd like to go to that show. Looks a good show, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's bigger than. I think that's the biggest show in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even bigger than
Hanover,
Dormitex.
yeah.
Well, obviously you've been to Hanover, the Dormitex show.
And that was massive. That was an eye opener. But apparently now it's a fraction of what it used to be.
Right.
It's a fraction of the size. I mean, I know when we did the competition, we were in like Hall 9 or something. You had to get a bus to it from the entrance. That's how bad it was. But I don't think it's like that anymore. But yeah, the Americans, they don't do anything small, do they?
No. Have you ever been to the Surfaces show?
I haven't. I'd love to go. Maybe we could
Yeah.
sort of blag some places.
Someone into
Yeah.
So next time John Raines.
Well, I've got my name on the wall behind him there, haven't I?
If you want a bit of
Dan's SPC strippers on the wall.
Yeah.
I'm there in what's it called? Thought.
Yeah. If they want any media doing, we'll
Yeah,
follow
we'll be
along.
there. Yeah, we'll
Of
buy
course,
our own
Matt,
dinner.
Matt Bowles is there doing the stuff. Last LVT Fit of the Year winner.
Yeah.
It gets you places, doesn't it?
yeah.
You just get opportunities off it.
Of course it does.
I got to go to Skegness. He got to go to Las Vegas.
Another one picked by you, John Raines.
Yes, John Raines. That's a Flotex install. I quite like this, the way of doing a carpet in the style of design LVT floor. I've always thought someone should do a herringbone double stick, or I've done some small ones, but it'd be nice to do a massive one with a border. But your Flotex there, it looks like a tartan carpet with plank round the edge, and that's all Flotex.
Do you know Flotex has come a long way over the last couple of years?
The only hard thing I said, that I don't know if they've changed it. It's just 2 metre wide, isn't it? And I don't think it joins the best. Well, it does join the best. You need a lot of work to get it to join right, don't you?
Yeah.
It is a hard thing to join.
The thing is, you're
and
not
it's-
supposed to cut the edges on it. It's supposed to butt,
Butt up.
isn't it?
Yeah.
But
Everyone I've tried to butt up hasn't really butted up.
do you know what? I used to sell lots of it. You don't see it so much anymore. I think just maybe because it's got so expensive.
I have
hasn't
one
it?
customer and they have that kitchen replaced and they have Flotex
Yeah.
and Flotex, and I've done a few jobs where I think they trained the blind dogs on Flotex, and they like to have Flotex in the kitchen because that's what they're trained on when they're trained. So but it's good stuff. Do you remember the old advert when they were draining the motorbike oil on top of it?
Yeah, I do. But do you know what? My only complaint, well, it's not a complaint, but my only thing with it was back in the day that all the kitchen, because there were the kitchen carpets that came out traditionally, and of course everything was bleach proof. Flotex was never bleach proof. I don't know whether they've changed it now, but I actually went to a customer once and she bleached her surfaces, work surfaces in the kitchen, splashed it onto the floor, and her Flotex was got white splashes on it.
It's printed, isn't it? Because they do it with static, don't they? It makes it stand up.
Yeah.
And then they must print it afterwards. So yeah, it isn't solution dyed, is it?
No, but it is a good product. I mean,
And when you see it after years, it looks like brand new still, doesn't it? If you get a bit of soil on, it tends to go black, but you can just clean it off and it's back to brand
I
new.
put Flotex tiles in a car showroom once.
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah.
The only complaints I had with it was if they spilt any hot fat on it, because it's like plastic, it melted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But 20 odd years ago I used to fit it all the time. Recently I have fitted a couple, but they do all plank designs, and because back then it was just all plain, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Wasn't
like
it really?
marbly
All,
design.
that really busy
know,
sort of mottled
Yeah.
effect and tiny little squares on it,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Also, what's that, Dan?
That's the carpet fitters thing.
I-
It's a floor layers thing. You get the broom exactly fits in the
Yeah.
alcove. These pictures just randomly show up on the internet. It's just,
Your life's not complete as a
Unless you've
fitter
done that.
until you've done that. I haven't done it yet.
no, I haven't got a broom. Again, that's someone I follow on Instagram. See some tidy work. Zach Butler.
Yeah.
Don't know him, but some tidy work. I've got a couple of his pictures on there. That's just a double bull nose. Looks nice and tidy.
Where's he from? You know.
I couldn't tell you. I'll find out for next time. Here you are, Zach Butler.
Yeah, another
again.
one.
Bit of flat weave.
That's a flat weave. That's
Does some nice jobs.
eye catching.
That is.
Yeah.
And there's
Very
Ben
nice.
Shampness. He does some good work. I'll get a photo of his next time.
Yeah, I've seen quite
yeah.
a bit of his work. Now, this is one I've picked. Ian Richards, aka Mad Ian.
Danny's old. I used to work with Danny.
Yeah. So what Ian's done, he's gone on his own. Like I said, Danny Latimer's apprentice. If he's been trained by Danny Latimer, you know he's going to be good.
Yeah.
So I think this is his second attempt at a bullnose. I mean that looks
good,
spot on for a second attempt.
Just a second attempt.
Yeah.
That is good for a second attempt. Yeah.
And he doesn't come out and tell everyone how marvellous he is. He comes out and says, "Look, it's my second go at this."
Yeah.
And it's pretty marvellous.
over the last couple of weeks, he keeps putting pictures of his work on. I think he's gone on his own now, just try and do a bit himself.
Yeah. And Danny's supporting him every time he posts. But yeah, it's good to see good lads coming through, isn't it? And it's good. You see them on social media. You see them 3 years ago when they're just standing by the van and it's their first day or however long ago it was, and then you see him progress, and now he's out on his own.
Yeah.
It's quite good to see a story of someone, isn't it?
Of course it is. Yeah.
And it's good to see positive feedback because everybody's really quick to knock stuff.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons why I'm not on the internet and on the social media stuff all the time, because I find it quite frustrating when some guy's gone out and he's tried to do his best, you know,
and he's proud of it.
And he's proud of it, and people pick holes at it, and that's not what it's about. You know, he's doing his best. You don't come into the trade and be the best from your first week.
I think if you want to say something to someone, you need to be private messaging them.
Yeah.
And just to try and help them. I mean, some people don't take someone trying to help them very well, but at least in private, it's a private thing. If you put something up in public, it's not nice, is it?
Yeah, I know people say, well, you're putting yourself out there to be, you know, cross-examined, but it's not going to be. When you're learning the trade, you know, we still learn things today. How many years? Well, I've been in it, you know, over 35 years. And you know, I still learn from people.
Yeah, I do all the time. Always little tips and tricks what you pick up.
Yeah. Nobody knows everything.
No.
Well, you set my ex-wife. She did. Well, she didn't because she didn't know I was going to divorce her.
Right, moving on from Maddie and
to another Maddie.
Yeah, we got Maddie in.
This I saw by Ross Millett from Natural Born Flooring. Ross does a lot of natural sizzles, but I don't. This caught my eye. I think it's a flat weave.
I don't know him. His banter's good though.
Yeah, it's a flat weave.
It is a flat weave. Yeah.
He's got a cracking shops, cracking setup. I think he has Nick Bolton fitting for him as well.
Yes, natural born flooring.
Natural born flooring. But yeah, this caught my eye.
And he doesn't take himself too serious, does he? When he's on the internet, he just has a laugh, doesn't he? Yeah. And the work's there, you can see it. Yeah.
That is eye-catching though. That's one that would stand out, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Also as well, CP assessments. David Russell messaged me last week. He's got another instructor to do the LVTs. They've got an open day coming up on the 13th of October. So I think we'll be going there. I think all manufacturers and people will be going. I think they're doing demos.
Yeah,
it'd be nice to have a look actually, because I've not been.
Good setup, CP assessments. Good setup. Big place as well. So.
And there's also RWS. I've got an open day at the end of this month. I think I'll get the dates ready.
Yeah.
We're going there, aren't we?
Yeah, we'll be going to that one. Also as well, Fulligers, who deliver apprenticeships over in St Helens. Kevin, the tutor, he's retiring, so Fulligers are looking for a new instructor, stroke tutor, for a full-time position. They're struggling at the minute finding somebody, but Fulligers is the only one in the northwest by me. The closest ones to there is Birmingham, Floor Skills, Loughborough and Fitter, and then over to Yorkshire.
With the Fulligers, the ones they've said that they might open it to a couple of part-time people instead of one person after having to have all week off to train. They're going to split it a bit if they can, so you can just do a few people doing it part-time.
I suggested that to them because they're going to. I think they'll find it harder finding a full-time person, whereas like Fitter and Floor Skills, they've been using several instructors.
Yeah.
To do like one doing like LVT, one I've been doing carpet and
they
tiles.
can keep their own business running at the same
so it's
time,
just once every month, once every couple of months. But I think really they're looking for somebody full time to take on the position.
Yeah.
But I think they may be open to suggestions of having a few part time ones.
Yeah, if they find somebody who wants to do a job share,
Yeah.
so say a guy may come in, do a week on, and then he's
Yeah.
got his own work to
Yeah.
do, and someone else do a week. As long as you get in the continuity there.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'd be a shame to see them go if
Yeah.
they don't find anybody. Like I say, it's the only one up by me,
Yeah.
and they've had Apprentice of the Year winner. I think they've had Alan Gale's lad Jordan.
Oh, Alan Gale.
Yeah, he went to Fulligers. He got the Apprentice of the Year. And I actually went seeing him last week, and it's a good setup. It's a good place. But,
It's a family business, isn't it?
yeah. Another company I keep seeing popping up recently is Off the Loom.
Yeah.
That they do the flat weave. So they've got some absolutely cracking designs.
Yeah, some
And-
nice bright designs, haven't they?
Yeah, and Paul who owns it, really nice guy.
Nice
He was
chap,
at
yeah.
Harrogate. He was next to John Rain at Harrogate.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got some nice stuff. We're a stockist for it now. My sample should be here this week. Me and you both going to fit it, aren't we?
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm looking forward to it. They've got some stunning designs. You can have a look. Go and look at offtheloom.co.uk, isn't it?
Yeah,
and
really good designs.
There's also Jasper binding tapes as well.
Yeah, he does all the binding
Setting the
tapes.
world on fire with the binding tapes as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, give them a look. It's Jasper Woven and Off the Loom.
Well, you did make a showroom, didn't you, upstairs? But
Yeah.
then you went and decided to buy 3 transit fulls of
Of
creels
wool.
of wool. So
No, it's
it's just
four.
on the hold at the minute.
4 foot deep in wool coil cones.
Also as well today goes live for the entries of Fitter of the Year LVT. So is it today you can start entering?
Today you can enter, yes, yeah. So you can get onto the NICF website, which I'm pretty sure you'll end up putting the address up here, won't you?
Yeah,
Mark?
yeah.
But it's nicflimited.org.uk, and you can download or fill in
Yeah, the questionnaire.
the questionnaire on there, which is stage 1.
And if you're not going to enter, it's worth having a look at the questions, isn't it?
It'll be interesting to see who enters this year.
It will. There's a few people I think will enter who were in it last time round, because the feedback from last time round was really good.
Yeah.
And there's not the real Dan Jones. I'm pretty sure he'll probably enter.
No, he's all right, Dan. Yeah,
He
I
is,
was
yeah, he's
speaking to
lovely
him last
guy.
week. Yeah.
It just gets more popular every year. Was it 2016 it started back, didn't it?
It was, yes. Yeah, but it was just carpet then. We did carpet
Yeah.
for a few years. I remember it was you, Brian, that actually said we ought to be looking at doing LVT, and right from the off.
Yeah.
And because we have these meetings and talk about things, and I wasn't sure about it and thought, let's get the carpet one established first, which we did, and then everybody, and I was happy to carry on with the carpet one, and then everyone kept saying to me, you've got to do LVT, you've got to do LVT, it's got to be. And so we thought, and to say first one was I nearly said last year, but it wasn't. It was the year before, wasn't it? And just massive success.
Yeah. It's just LVT's the most popular floor covering about. So I had a lot of people saying, "Oh, you should do LVT." I do mainly LVT, so we just decided to split it. Alternate 1 year carpet, 1 year LVT. Back in, was it the 90s when you was in it?
When I was in it, and it started out
Floor layer
as-
of the year, was it?
It was carpet fitter of the year, and then it sort of progressed because as more sponsors came on board. I mean, I wasn't involved in that side of it. I was just competing with the other guys back then. But you'd get people like I think it was Polyfast were the laminate producers at the time, big laminate producers. They decided they wanted to be part of it, and so it actually got to a point where you were doing some carpet, some laminate,
vinyl.
some vinyl, naturals. It was a bit of everything in the end, so it became floor covering fitter of the year. And so I was out of my comfort zone a bit because I didn't really fit laminate back then. but I made in the finals. I actually won a toolkit, a laminate toolkit. I thought,
Never looked back
I've
since.
either got to sell this or I've got to do something with it. So I decided that I'd do something with it and started doing laminates. And so, did do courses.
I'll make you laugh. I went there. So I did the semi-finals. It was all carpet. And I turned up at Harrogate. I probably hadn't gone into it that much. I was young, and I get there and there's an LVT bay and a vinyl bay. A laminate bay, a vinyl bay, and a carpet bay.
Yeah.
So I did the carpet bay. Well, I hadn't really fitted vinyl that much because I worked with my dad. I was about 20. And Dad did all the vinyls, I did the carpet. So the vinyl, I cut it with scissors and a straight blade. The laminate, I'd never fitted laminate in my life or done any planks. I fitted the thing the short way, the planks the short way, and I only had a hacksaw, so I cut them with a hacksaw. So I sort of, where I was with carpet, I was down a great big hole with the other stuff. I have learned what to do nowadays.
We've all done it. We've all done it. But I mean, but that was the thing with the competition back then. It got to a stage where we'd have regional heats, and then there'd be semi-finals here, and then finals. It was
well, there was big money about them days, wasn't there?
There was, yeah. There were lots of suppliers out there that were happy to throw.
And your
throw money at it,
YTSs, and that the government was throwing money at
That's
courses
right.
and people. It's a bit tougher now, isn't
But
it?
it got unmanageable, and I think, from what I'm told, I don't know for definite, but it's in the range of 50,000-60,000 sometimes to put that.
Yeah, I've heard that. It
competition
was
on.
about £50,000-60,000 to run.
We'd
Yeah.
work. Our budget is a fraction.
Yeah,
fraction
I know.
of that. Nowhere near, is it?
Take a knot off. What time did you have to do it? Because if you've got carpet, vinyl, naturals, laminate, surely you have more than 2 days.
Do you know what? I think we used to have 3 days.
Is that it?
Yeah. The regional heats were always a day thing.
So it's like a half a day, then the other people, like now, half a day you did yours, and then the in-between people did half a day, and then they'd done the same as you. Then the next day it was the same again. So you were split into halves, and you did it half at a time, didn't you?
I remember my heat, which is where I first met Steve Ramsden, because we used to compete against each other in the heats, and it started off, it was Bedigian of Tame, who are now STS, are part of STS. They used to hire the Spread Eagle Hotel, and we'd have the regional heats in the Spread Eagle Hotel.
Right.
And then and after that it went to Florco for a while. We did it with Florco over in Thatcham.
Right.
So that was, and then you saw if you'd made it through to the grand finals at Harrogate. That was what you were always.
I think it'll
striving
get
for.
as big as that again, because I think it is taking off, isn't
It
it?
is
There's
getting
more
bigger
entries
every
coming. The LVT, like you say, it's one of the biggest corners of the carpet trade, isn't it? The flooring trade. You've got no end of people entering. The carpets as well. What took years for us to learn, because you'd work with someone and you'd take the information off them slowly, or you'd work off a number of people. Now you can go on a course and you can take 30 years of information out of a man's mind in 3 days.
Yeah.
All you've got to do is remember it and put it into practice, but basically it's all there in the package and it's at you.
Yeah.
Whereas that took the people who were giving the information out years and years to learn.
Yeah.
So I'd say it's easier to get the information now. You've still got to be able to do the job, but the information's available. And people are throwing it at you. I mean, I think we're the only show that isn't trying to tell do-it-yourselfers how to fit bull noses and their own LVT. We've got 2,000 subscribers. It isn't many compared to YouTube, but we're for the UK trade, and that's all we want.
Yeah.
We're never going to be famous.
We're never going to make any money doing it.
I'm
not bothered. It's just for the
We're not in a
industry.
fashion show, not the trendiest bloke around, so we just crawl around the floor.
Yeah, are those Levi jeans you're wearing there? Because I can't.
No,
wait.
Asda, I think, George.
Fire trap from Sports Direct, mate.
Yeah, when you're involved with running the competition, you see every year how many people are entering, and God, there's a lot more than last year, and it's just every year's growing, isn't it?
It has progressed. I know in the early days, as you said, it was carpet, but we found the entrants have increased
I think people
every
like
year.
the competition aspect of it now as well.
I think they do, and also, I mean, the thing I've always promoted is that the guys, you know, you're, especially when you, not just the finals, but you make the semi-finals, for example, you're in with a group of guys who, back in my day, you didn't know.
Yeah.
You've met them because there wasn't social media. You didn't know all
No.
of these people from around the country, because the country and the world's become a lot smaller place now, hasn't it?
Yeah.
With all that, but you'd meet up and, you know, doing the competition, you'd actually
Bond
a
with
lot of the
people,
time, because there used to be 9. It was either 9 or 12 of us in the final at one time, and
Right.
and probably 9 of those 12 had been in the final before, so you sort of knew each other. Because names like Alan Hibbert, who's still doing
Alan,
stuff.
he's from up
yeah,
that my way.
that's right, he's your way. He was in the finals one year, and of course that was the first place I met Tim Nicholas.
You make connections, don't you?
Yeah, you do. And Tim and I are still friends today. You know, we talk regularly, and
Nice
you do
guy,
make
Tim is.
you do make connections. And I think it's that bringing the trade together, guys. And of course, you learn from the guys that are there with you.
Yeah.
I know you're competing against them, and
No,
we
you do learn, and then you can get friendly with them. You go out on a job with them, and you both learn off each other. Then, so it's. I'd say that to enter the competition, forget the winning. The competing, it's all about taking part, and it's the circle of people you meet and the manufacturers you bump into.
Yeah.
There's avenues that you'd never think of. You don't have to win. Sometimes you don't have to get through the semis, but you will pick up stuff and get contacts that will be good for the rest of your life.
Well, I never won the UK, but I think I made 4 finals, but I never actually won it. But for me, you know, being in the final and meeting the guys again and chatting, and that was enough for me. If I'd have won, I'd have seen that as a bonus.
Yeah.
But I was told that I didn't quite take it seriously enough at the time. I mean, going out and
Can't
having like
imagine.
15 pints before you do the final the next day is not the best idea. But I will never forget Tim Nicholas and myself and Axminster were a sponsor one year, and they gave us 3 foot wide carpet. We had to join it all together and do this stairs and landing with it, and Tim and I both fitted ours, joined it all up and fitted it with the pile going the wrong way. And we turned around and said, I think one of the judges said, that's the worst case of pile reversal I've ever seen.
And isn't it funny how you've checked it, and you know you've checked it, and you've checked it again, and you didn't know you'd done it, and then you step back and glance straight at it like, I won't mention this, see if anyone else notices.
You're right, but that's what happens in the finals and the semi-finals. You do
stupid
things
thing
that
will
you
catch you
wouldn't
out.
normally do. Yeah.
Overthinking.
Yeah,
things like that,
absolutely.
You see that every year now.
Yeah.
People overthinking and missing little things.
Well, we see the guys in the semi-finals, and I mean, we always have a chat after the semi-finals, and like, I mean, I don't mind saying, with the carpet one last year, going on performance in the semi-finals, I saw Richard Long, and I turned round, I can't remember who I said, but I said, my money's on him. If he does in the final what he's done today, he'll win. But he didn't. It was a few little things, and we don't go into detail, but there was a few little things that he sort of lost his way on in the final, and and that can just
and that's another thing as well. If you see someone, they do something drastic in the competition, it's not really a reflection on what you like.
No.
You're under a ton of pressure. It's like trying to do a job with someone kicking you up the behind and flicking your ears. There's that much pressure
I'm
involved.
not going to do that again.
There's that much pressure. It just makes you do, and it's not a reflection on what you do in a normal job, because a normal job, you walk in, you're relaxed, you know what you're doing. It's just the environment they set you in adds that pressure. That's why it's a competition.
See, like last year, I had my money on Darren Ash in the semi-finals. I thought, for me, Darren did everything perfect. I thought if he does that in the finals, my money would be on him.
Yeah.
But he didn't on the day.
He didn't on the day, but as you know, he came quite respectably up the pecking order, didn't he? On there? He did really well, and but again, sometimes with Darren, he'll just do one thing that we consider wrong, because as judges, we have to all be agreed on everything, you know. So we discuss what we want to see, what will get the guys points, what won't get the guys points. And so yeah, just one little thing, one lapse of concentration, for example, like using say short pin gripper instead of medium pin, because we've all decided for the carpet beforehand what would be the best one, because we don't just throw it all together, do we go through and we check the stuff to start with. But this is why we give the guys the options. It's their choice. There's always the different grippers, for example, I'm using gripper as an example here, but so that they choose, because it's about them, what they want to use on the day.
Yeah, and you can look at the bays, and if you quickly glance at them, you can't see a difference, is it? And so to have to find the difference is going to be hard, because there ain't. There's nothing between some of them, is there?
There's not. No, and that's why the freestyle element coming in has been a good thing. I think,
because you can come in as brave as you want, or as cautious as you want.
Yeah. So Ian, have you decided what you're doing in the semi-finals and the final this year? Have you finalised?
Yeah, we have finalised stuff. I hope it's going to work. The platforms haven't been built yet, but we know what we want to do, because the thought we're sort of always trying to do a year ahead if possible, and so honestly we can't reveal it yet, though. That probably would be unfair, but it's going to be good. It'll be a good competition.
The homework thing, are you still doing the freestyle?
Yes, yeah. There's the obviously the guys who make it from the semi-finals through to the finals will have the homework element will still come into it. We haven't agreed on a theme yet for what the homework section of it will be, but we'll be discussing that, you and I, later. We'll come up with something, won't we?
The theme on the LVT was London.
It was.
And the one carpet last year was the Queen.
That's right. They didn't really have a theme as such with the carpet. We basically said you must produce a border, must put a border in that element. Then the central design bit of it is entirely up to you.
Oh, the homework was the cake.
The
cake, was the
some nice
anniversary of.
They were. I mean,
nice jobs.
Yeah. I almost went and bought cake after that, just because they looked so real, didn't they?
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
I mean, do you know what? Every year they never cease to find this, never cease to amaze me. I mean, what they come up with. Because
I forget who twisted that one. Looked like candy cane. Looked quite good, didn't it?
Yes. Yeah. I think that was Sam. Was it Sam?
Yeah, it might be. Yeah, 2 or 3 tiers on it, didn't it? Yeah.
But I come up with the ideas. I've got the easy bit really, because I come up with the ideas and we sort of discuss them and go, yeah, that'll be great, and then you sort of say that's what you've got to do, and I just dread to think what the guys they probably hate me.
I bet their wives hate you, because that's all going on in the front room of the house.
Yeah, because like with the LVT one, the year before, Matt, did the Big Ben clock face, didn't he?
Yeah, Matt Parkinson.
Parkinson, and that was like 100 hours work he put into that.
He did spend a lot of time.
His wife was telling me, and I said, "Are you still with him?" I said, yeah. But I mean, it was brilliant, and the extra thought. I mean, a lot of people don't know, but the time that was set on the clock was when their child was born. It was the birth time.
Yeah.
I mean, just things like that is amazing. The thought that the guys put into stuff.
And the semi-finals are in June at Fitter.
They are, yes.
As always, over 2 days.
Over 2 days, yeah. We should have 5 one day, 5 the next, and
You're both judges, aren't you?
Yes.
Judging it.
Yeah. Sorry to see Steve Ramsden stand down this year. I think Steve's been a massive part in the competition. And the competition in the 90s as well, and the European competition.
Always. I mean, I remember
big hole
him.
to fill there now.
He was my judge one year when I was in Carpet Fit of the Year, because he won the previous year. So he was judging me. That was when he was going through his Satsuma stage. He'll know what I mean. But yeah, massive. Because what people don't realise in the years, even recently, the newer competition when Steve wasn't a judge. The input behind the scenes, like I'd come up with an idea for a stand and he'd build it, and then he'd go, it's not quite sadistic enough for them, so he put some finishing touches in to make it even more challenging, like that funny shaped bullnose that year, the internal, external. You know, that was totally his idea.
Right.
That. So.
And Steve's a former winner as well.
Yes, yeah, he is. Yeah, he likes to keep telling me.
But why's Steve left?
He's got another business going now that they're starting at, him and a guy who also used to be in the
Nick Hood,
the Fitter of the Year competition. Nick Hood, yeah.
And he was in the 2016 one as well. He was a finalist.
Yeah, he was, Nick. And yeah, I can remember his comment afterwards was like, "That's a young man's game. See, I'm too old for this."
He's not that old though, Nick.
And I know. But you know, it makes me realise that I did the right thing just getting out of it back then, and but we had that 15 years where there wasn't a competition at all, and I just when I was NICF president, that was the one thing I just wanted to do, was bring the competition back, and it was a gamble, and I'm touch wood, and I'm happy to say that it's worked, and I think a lot of guys get a lot out of it.
Yeah. I remember when you first said we're bringing the competition back, first thing I said was, "Can I be a judge?" And I think you and Steve said, "Don't be silly, get back in that store cupboard."
Yeah, but you were good at your store cupboard stuff, weren't you?
Store cupboard's hard work.
And like, see, you were in the store cupboard. Like I was saying, Philip Schofield, Gordon the Gopher, they started in the cupboard.
True, yeah.
Now.
But
Which one's he, Gordon or Philip?
But well, when Steve decided he weren't carrying on, and you asked me if I wanted to do it, and I thought, the massive shoes to fill, Steve's massive shoes.
The smell as well.
But I it's not a bad thing to have a change of face. The competition moves on.
Yeah.
We're not all going to be doing it forever. I'm not going to be doing it all forever. They'll probably find at some point someone else who can talk rubbish for a whole day and will take over the comparing. Although I do enjoy it. I it's a real highlight on the calendar for me.
Another thing, in fact, last night Stuart Moore had a bit of a rant on Facebook about using
aids.
Yeah. Because I remember last year there was a bit of an argument about you can't use stir spacers or the gripper spacers, but if everybody used gripper spacers, everybody's gripper would be perfect.
That's it. We wouldn't have a competition, right? But and that's why we've said it, because it's to showcase your skill as an individual. If you've got something that will mark everything out for you and do a perfect cut, I've said before, I could give that tool to my son, who's an electrician, and he could probably do a decent job of the floor. And as judges, we're really looking at stuff in detail, because we really do have to go through it, and it's hard enough anyway, just trying to
well, you've got to have a level playing field, and I mean, you might all be able to use more boards, but 3 men might not use them every day, and 3 men might use them every day, so now
you're always going to use a knife.
I see it as a disadvantage to someone to give you something you don't use all the time. So if you all got a knife and the same bits of tools, you can't go wrong, can you?
Well, I mean, if I just bring up an example of years ago when I was doing the assessments and stuff, there was a guy came in to do a vinyl assessment, and he got an eraser, and he was going to cut around the toilet with it, and everything is vinyl. And I said, you can't use that. And he said, well, I can't fit the vinyl then. And I said, well, I can't pass you, because if that's the only thing that you're not a vinyl fitter if you can only do it with that tool. Because if you're out on site in a customer's house and just, for example, that tool broke, you can't turn around to them and say, we'll have to get someone else to finish it.
Or you get that double thickness vinyl that it cuts the thickness short.
Yeah.
It won't work, will it?
It's about experience and your knowledge. I mean, the questions that we set for the guys, it's all to actually make them think about it and get the knowledge from them.
And it's
so
all
that-
basic stuff as well, isn't
And
it?
it
That you
is.
should know. I mean, even to answer the questions and not enter, you'll learn something.
Yeah, reading through the questions, it will ping something. You'll think, oh, really?
Yeah. Well, is there a reason for that? Yeah,
Yeah.
there obviously is. Yeah.
So things like the moorboards and the floor skills templates, you can't use those.
Just to put everybody on an even playing field. That's why we say no
Right.
to them. And
Can you make a moorboard out of materials? No.
if do you know, if you want to do that, that's showing a skill really.
It's going to take 20 minutes off your time.
But yeah,
or however long it takes to make.
You are timed, but the thing is, if you're using an aid, for example, to help you get it done, you're going to get marked down on that because we're not seeing the personal skills. Your judge is also your customer at the end of that, and you talk to the judge. I mean, we've always said, talk to us. Don't. We sort of hang back in the background. The reason we do that is because nerves kick in with the guys. You don't want to make it any more difficult than it is. But if they ask a question like, "Can I use this?" we're either going to say yes or no.
No.
But we've decided beforehand.
And you tell
Whether
people at
you
the beginning,
can.
I'm the customer, if you've got any questions, come
Yes.
and ask me. Obviously you can't ask how to lay it out, but, but you can say, do you want your herringbone on this cut or that cut or something?
Exactly. It might not be herringbone this time. I mean, it's
whatever
it's
it
a
is,
closely guarded secret at the moment.
Yeah.
What we're doing, but in the instance of carpet, for example, if you got a trimmer out and started trimming around with, where's the skill in that? I know you've got to set it up,
Yeah.
but it's taken the skill out of
Yeah,
it. It's
yeah.
there for your everyday work when you're in a customer service to speed things up for you, to aid you in getting in. But and there's not a lot of.
You wouldn't risk that trimmer either, it put you a
No.
little inch mark on the skirting or something.
That's right, because that's what we look for. The person mark the skirting board and that type of thing. So, we have to look at everything basically under a microscope.
Yeah.
Just to enable for us to get our winner, because it's a bit
Well,
like
it's tight, isn't it?
athletes today. They're like within 1,000th of a second, running around a track with each
Yeah.
other. You've got to have.
Well, they've had to make cameras and things better to find
Yeah.
the winners because they're that
Yeah.
close. Yeah.
And every year I've noticed it gets that little bit harder. So is this year going to be?
Yes, yeah, but that's just. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a competition, and we've got to keep it interesting.
Yeah.
And do you know, I would hate any winner or potential winner to walk away from it and go, "That was easy," because you're there to be challenged, and we want to see the guys, and it's their showcasing, isn't it? It's showing
Yeah,
what they
yeah.
can do, but what people watching won't appreciate is the nerves and the pressure that they're under. Even if they don't suffer with nerves, the pressure that they're under just by knowing there's people watching them and marking them.
Yeah.
Even Jeff Hardy, who everybody thought he was asleep, he wasn't.
Nothing got
Never
past
missed
Jeff.
it. Hawkeye Hardy,
So
that's
bad.
what he called him.
So yeah, anybody what wants to enter, it's gone live from today, which is the 1st of February. This will probably go out on Friday, the 3rd.
It's hosted by the NICF.
Hosted by
You don't
the
have to
ICF.
be in the NICF.
You don't know, and that's something that we need to actually get across to people, that it's open to anybody, because people think it's all a bit of a closed.
Right, moving on to training centres. What training courses are coming up this month? I'll start off with Fitter. Fitter have got carpet fitting basic on the 27th of February. That's for 4 days, and that's at Kirkcaldy.
Kirkcaldy.
They've got a natural flooring course on the 15th. That's 2 days at Kirkcaldy also. Commercial vinyl basic the 6th of February. That's 4 days at Kirkcaldy again. Lino basic 20th of Feb. 2 days Kirkcaldy also. Lino intermediate on the 22nd of February. 2 days also at Kirkcaldy. LVT basic the 20th of February. That's 3 days at Loughborough. LVT intermediate the 13th of February. 2 days Kirkcaldy. LVT Intermediate 27th of February, 2 days at Loughborough. LVT Advanced the 8th of February, 3 days at Loughborough. Laminate Basic the 23rd of February, 2 days at Loughborough. Sanding and Seal Basic the 6th of February, that's a 2-day course at Loughborough. And Subfloor Prep the 20th of February, and that's a 1-day course also at Loughborough. So Culcody's doing well.
Yeah.
That's doing really well. Well, Fitter's got a busy month this month. What about Floor Skills?
Yep, so we've got Floor Skills Open Day. That's the 21st of July 2023. We'll all be there, won't we?
Yeah, yeah.
So they've got 8th of February, they've got a level 1 subfloor prep. And again, 8th of Feb, they've got retailer estimating and surveying subfloors. We've got the 22nd to 23rd, again, estimating and surveying and planning level 2. 9th and 10th of Feb, we've got an epoxy PU resin flooring level 1 coating systems and seals. Got loads. And the 15th to the 17th of Feb, LVT level 1 straight lay. And then we've got LVT level 2, that's the 1st to the 3rd, and they've also got the 15th to the 17th, that's level 2, which is diagonal lay and borders. 2nd and 4th of Feb, they've got LVT level 1 custom designs. 6th to the 7th of Feb is a Harvey Maria LVT course. 16th to the 17th of Feb is sheet vinyl domestic. 15th to the 17th of Feb, level 3 carpet designer installs with twin stick. 8th to 10th of Feb, they've got laminate engineered level 1, that's wood floors. And the 1st to the 3rd of Feb, they've got sand and sealing wooden floors. And
Another busy month for Floor Skills.
Well, what do we know about Paddy, the main man?
Paddy, MN Floor Training, he just rolls, he keeps just rolling.
The courses are on.
The courses are on every week.
I'm going to go and see him, Brian.
He's a good lad, Paddy.
He's a good lad.
guy.
He's on the way home, he is.
Is he?
Yeah.
Well, I won't just turn up. But the first time I met Paddy was a few years ago at the flooring show at Harrogate, and we were up against it trying to get all the platforms finished for the competition, and he turned up with a bottle of beer and a cheeseburger and said, "Can I have a selfie with you?" And he keeps saying to me, "Come and see me at the training." So I'm going to go and see him. I'm going to turn up with a cheeseburger and a bottle of beer for him.
What, and have a selfie with him?
Yeah. That's how I have to ask for one with him now.
It's good that training's so busy.
Yeah.
So people are going on these courses.
Yeah,
So.
and CP assessments, they've got a new instructor and stuff's happening with them, isn't it? In the
Yeah,
future?
Sean Baston's left there, so they've employed a new instructor for LVT, so that they're going to be putting courses out there shortly. I think they're just getting everything sorted and in place. So that's another training provider offering training.
Yeah.
Also as well, the Fentos giveaway, we said when we get to 2,000 subscribers, we'll give 2 pairs of Fentos away. I think we're on 1,996, so there's only another 4 subscribers to go, and then we'll give both pairs away.
So that's a good prize.
Oh, it is a good prize as well. And I'll up the ante for you if you
You've
like.
got a giveaway.
I'll give away a tip for you. Now, those of you that
Don't give too much away.
have hands like mine and a recognised condition called sausage fingers.
They're the biggest, fattest fingers I've ever seen in my life.
Now, with today's metals and door bars, all the holes are closer. So, you know, a lot of time I'll be hitting my thumb on my finger now. This is a little
years
tip.
in development.
Yeah, years in development, this. Absolutely.
I have to hold the nail, I have to hold it like this, trap it like that, and then try and knock it in, because like my fingers are not the smallest.
No, but quite often you've got one of those black nails, haven't
That's
you?
it, yeah.
Now, if I put that between my fingers to try and hold it, it's not happening, is it, really? So, I mean, this is an old tip. It's an oldie, but a goodie. Now, take, a little piece of commercial vinyl there, just put a little slit in it and a hole. You put your nail in there. You put that close to your door bar. Now, even if you're using a 16-ounce claw hammer, you could put that close. Look, hit that, in it goes. And these, Well,
Are you
we're
gonna
going to
wrap-
get, if we get to 2,000 subscribers, we're
Give
going to
that away.
give,
One of
we're going to
those
give
away.
these
Yeah.
away. No cost. The expense out the
Completely
window. We
free.
don't care.
Yeah,
We're going to
yeah.
give that away.
Well, that's something I would have never thought of.
See,
Good
and I
idea.
bet people may laugh now, but there'll be guys out there and they'll be doing that.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
going,
yeah.
do you know, I haven't got to bash my fingers anymore. So there you go. See, every day's a school day.
Well, I've got small hands, so I have no problem. It's a bad thing to say I've got small hands. You know, I saw you looking there. That's why I said it.
Little women, skinny fingers.
A joke came to mind about Jeremy Beadle then.
Anyway, on that note, thanks again for watching, and same time again next month. Cheers. Thanks for coming in.
You're welcome. Make sure you enter the LVT competition.
Brilliant. Thanks a lot.